dormitory type of thing. So I got into my room for the first time. Champions adapt.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Keeping It Real with Gina and Neil, the pickleball podcast that is not afraid to call out the drama. I'm your co-host, Gina Salento, and this is Neil Friedenberg.
We're not here to talk about the pros or sugarcoat anything. We're here to talk about the chaos, the drama, because that's where really the sport lives.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. We're going to talk today about the NPL, which stands for the National Pickleball League. It's a group of 50 plus pros, and it was established back in 2022 by Rick Wiskin, my partner from last year on the Indie Drivers, and Beth Bellamy and Michael Chen, and they got together and they decided to do a group of teams, total of 12 teams, and each team is consists of 3 pods of A and B players in each pod, and I don't know, it's like 14 people or 16 people on a team.
Pods.
Pod 1, 2, and 3. So the pod 1 would be the highest, and then it goes
highest rate. Okay.
Yeah, highest. Podium pros, I call them, people that are at tournaments that make it onto the podium. They're the ones that are usually in pod 1. So it spreads the talent, and there's 12 teams all over the country, and then you play for that particular team. You don't have to actually live there, but that's your home base, if you will. And then they have a total of 6 matches throughout the year. And you go for like 6 months. And then the finals this year are going to be in Seattle, your hometown.
I need to get there.
I hope you come, because I think that would be a blast to have you there. I would love for you to play in the NPL in a few years. I think you'd be a great fit for that.
Honestly, I'm kind of counting down my time. I'm 47.
Right.
I'm getting there.
Yep. You could play at 49.
Oh, can you?
So in 2 years. Yeah, because if your calendar year is when you turn, like you could maybe play
in 2 years.
That'd be fun.
I want to. It'd be even better if I was playing for like Seattle, or if they
Seattle has a team. Yep, Seattle Tsunami. And well,
that's scary.
I know, but it's cool.
I remember the tsunami warnings.
Do you growing up there?
And earthquake.
Wow, that's tough. Wisconsin doesn't get that.
Tornadoes. Yeah, I digress.
That's okay, but ideally you get to be on a team, and it's different playing pickleball as a team versus like just doing a tournament that's so self-absorbed.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're focused on you and your partner, and you're going at it, and then you go together and you're trying to take everybody on. But as a team, it's neat to support and cheer on, and it's chaos. So the first year I did it was last year, and they had all the teams, all 12 teams were at one site. So they had to have at least a place to play. It's all indoor. You had to have a place to play that was at least 18 courts.
Okay.
So I mean, imagine the chaos. You have fans. You have people volunteering, and then you have all the players, some spouses, some all this stuff. And it was chaos. So it was a weekend where you get there on a Friday, you practice with your team, and then Friday night is the dinner for all the teams to meet, and everybody, you get to know people more. And then the next morning you start and you'd play. And you'd go all day Saturday, because there'd be like a team you play in the morning, and you play mixed and your sex. So I play mixed and women's. And then you do it again in the afternoon, and then you have a dinner with your team that night. And then you go again Sunday morning, matches in the morning, matches in the afternoon. And then it's like, wow, I'm exhausted. My body, I'm going on adrenaline, right? So
is it always indoors?
Always, thank God.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? That would be too much.
I like indoor play. I mean, I feel comfortable in there. We're obviously in Wisconsin, but no wind, no wind, and it's always heat. It's for sure. There's no delays. Really.
Yes,
it's going to be indoors all the time.
Yes, that's the saving grace of NPL. Yeah. I love that. But this year they changed the format, and they made it so there's 6 teams traveling on one half of the country, and then the other 6 are playing in a different part of the country. So I just got back from LA. Mm-hmm. You can do your sign. Yep.
Wait,
there it is.
Like that?
Yep. LA. Luckily, I'm on Denver Iconics this year, which is a beautiful team of continuity and kindness, and they're just really great people, and the owners are really beautiful. Jen and Mario, shout out to you guys. They fought for me to get on that team, and I'm really grateful they did. And my partners are Molly Carter, who just won Women's U.S. Open this past year in Senior Pro. Solid. Yeah. And she's a fellow redhead, so it's like boom, boom.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
2 redheads on the same team?
She's more strawberry. but she constitutes a redhead. So and
there's different forms of redheads.
I'm in like orange. She's like full blown strawberry, and I'm more like
that's a whole new topic.
There's auburn.
Sure, yeah, I get that. Okay, Auburn's more reddish.
But I'm full blown, and so she is amazing. So we are doing really well. We went 8-0. That's huge. 8-0. I know. 8 matches, 8 wins. My mixed partner is Chad Shane. We play the same. They call me Chadette.
Okay.
I'm like little Chad.
Oh, got it.
So Chad and
I didn't know what that meant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Chad and I are just boom, boom, all out.
1-2 punch.
And then I got to play with Scott Flegelman, who is the head guy for our team, and he's a really great guy. He's Scott?
I've seen him. I think it was at the U.S. Open a few years back. Is he lefty?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I've seen him play. Yep.
Beast.
Yeah, beast mode.
Covers the court like nobody's business. He's a great guy. He is the captain of our team, and I got to play with him a match, so we did great together, and it's just really fun.
So undefeated, though. Let's just revisit that for a second. It's got to feel pretty damn good.
Really good.
Do a lot of players go undefeated when they play?
No. And I'm taking out with Molly or with Chad, like players that like I used to when I just started playing pickleball, and I would watch the U.S. Open or these players. Mm-hmm. Like now I'm on the court facing them and beating them. It's like a mind-blowing experience because I'm like, oh my gosh, you're like the best.
Yeah.
And I get to play you. And then,
So there was instant chemistry, right? I mean, to go undefeated, you have to have chemistry, obviously.
Big time chemistry.
What kind of strategies were you implementing on the courts? I'm just curious because
to be honest,
the type of player you are, you hit the heck out of the ball. I mean, your ground strokes, your serves are huge.
Right. Yeah. But when you're nervous, right, you tighten up a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's hard. It's hard. So you have to, and then the ref's calling the score, so you're focused on waiting for the right time to unload on it. So
oh my gosh, I hate that.
Yeah. You lose your flow a little.
Totally, the tempo. Yeah, I do not like to wait, and then sometimes they're like,
and they keep checking. Yeah, they keep checking everybody's set, and you're like, come on.
And I'm leaning forward.
Yeah. I've served before. Have you? Before they call the score?
Yeah. And then that happened at the U.S. Open. Yeah.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
This year?
Yeah.
Oh.
We lost the serve.
Bummer, huh?
Right away.
Yeah, it's a rookie mistake.
It was.
We've all been there. But I know that for us to go 8-0 was a big deal, and I'm grateful for them because I lose focus. I'm not going to lie.
Really?
Big time.
I'm saying this very sarcastically. Like, really?
Oh, I do.
You lose focus?
I do.
So do I.
I do.
I don't know how we're doing this. What?
Right?
Squirrel.
What are we talking about?
Oh, scroll.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
That's how it is. But I'm more like tired, right? So, I don't know. I just enjoyed playing with them, and the chemistry was amazing.
Yeah. So will you play with them again? Like.
Oh yeah. Now we go to Denver.
But you can.
They're my girl, and they're my guy.
You have that determined. Like, you don't change partners or anything.
Very rarely. I got to play with Scott. That was good. But it's not. I mean, they might move. I'm in pod 1 with Molly, so I'm in pod 1 with Chad. I doubt they'll move me to pod 2.
Right.
But
that's so cool. What an experience.
Oh, it's awesome because you hear all the cheering and
oh, the cheering. Yeah. So my experience with NPL, I'm not in it yet.
You will
yet because I want to be. It's just ever since I saw it for the first time, and that was at it was PickleCon Kansas City last year.
I saw you there.
Yeah. I've never seen it before. So I was at a booth and I was kind of wandering around, and then I saw it wasn't chaos, it was just cheering. Like, what's going on over there? Oh, there's an NPL event. Oh, okay. So I went over there and it was amazing just to see it. Great play, obviously. I mean, they were just killing it. Long points. You want to be in it.
Yeah.
As a fellow player, you want to be in it. But then you see people watching other teammates and cheering. It felt like, I don't want to say a high school match.
No, but you're right. We all have outfits on. We all have our team jerseys.
Team jerseys. I mean, so, high school, college, a football game, something like that, where a basketball. And they were all in it. They're all cheering on their teammates. That affects you.
It does.
I'm sure if you're a player out there and you see your teammates cheering you on.
So there's side courts, and then there's always a center court. Right? Yes, and especially on center court, because it's all the courts are being streamed, which is nice. So everybody can tune in to watch what's going on in NPL. But the center court is cool because they have the announcers, and you can hear what the announcers are saying about you behind your back. So like I'll be serving, and they're only a couple feet away from me.
For someone like you,
I'm paying all attention.
You hear everything.
So I'm like, oh, Solento wants that one back. It's like, oh yeah, I do, and I respond to them, and yeah.
Oh, there's chit chat amongst even the announcers. Like,
yeah. It's fun.
That would be fun,
It's fun.
Let's be honest.
You're serious. You want to win. I mean, it's no joke.
Yeah,
you can win money. I mean, you're playing for money. The team that wins, it sweeps the weekend, gets a check.
The whole team.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's an incentive to sweep.
Yeah.
Or come in first.
Going 8-0 probably helps.
It helped. We're in third place out of 12 right now. So that's just starting in the beginning of the season. But then now Denver comes up and once a month. So now we'll go to Denver, and then I don't know where the other section of the country is going. I think they go somewhere.
Okay.
I don't know if it's Boca. I think it's Boca. And then there's going to be, you have to play, I think 4 out of the 6 of them, and you have to make the final. And the team, they're meeting in Houston for one in July in Houston, where everybody's going to be there, and then there's going to be everybody at the final. And
better have air conditioning.
I know.
Houston in July.
Yeah. Thank God for indoor.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah, indoor.
It'll be fun, but I think the league has these combines. So if people are 50 plus and they think they're decent, that they want to try out, they offered 2 combines this year.
Okay.
So like you would try out.
So I'd have to go to a combine.
Phoenix Phoenix and Houston, I think, had the combine. Or Austin, one of them.
Okay.
Anyways, they had the combine, and then you show up there and you get feeded into like a draw, and then they take the winners of the combine, and then team owners can fight for that person.
Okay.
Luckily, Pod 1 don't have to be drafted.
Do they bid on the players, or like if there's a player to combine, which my sports background, my mentality is, do they bench press 225 like a certain amount of times? Is there a 40-yard dash?
No, it's just
what does the combine consist of?
A tournament draw.
Okay, so
and you're moving
actually
through it. Yeah, you're playing and you're moving through the draw, and then they scout you. So and they take top players from the combine.
They're scouts.
They're scouting you. They're scouting.
That's awesome.
Isn't it cool?
Yeah,
and
that's legit.
And then the lower pods pay to play.
Okay.
That's interesting. So, and then the top pods are paid to play.
Okay, I see. So you're a better player. You don't have to pay. You're being paid, and then you're not as good, but you're trying to get your butt onto that team.
Yes.
Then you have to pay for.
Yes, I mean there is expenses, but collectively, what they're really trying to do is become more of a lifestyle brand. So I know that they're doing exhibition matches with the top pros of the NPL at certain cities to draw attention to it. So each year it's getting better.
Got it.
Each year it'll get better, and they're really doing a great job trying to figure it out and keep it's hard. You have so many egos and so many personalities that they're trying to keep happy, and I mean it's a lot.
You got to balance that out though, because part of that, with egos comes entitlement. Entitlement comes just that feeling of, let's make sure pickleball is, we all fell in love with it at some point. Let's make sure it's that feeling, that vibe, even at the professional level.
Yes.
I know that's hard to do.
It's hard to do.
Money's involved.
It's true. And there's some egos that have gotten in there that have caused a little
bit to be here.
Drama. Oh, beyond. And it's not a good look for the NPL. So I think that they've really figured out what they're going to tolerate and what they're not going to tolerate. And
that's a good thing.
Oh yeah.
Lay out the groundwork, lay out the ground rules, and what tolerances.
But I think
because it can get out of hand quickly. You've seen it.
I was on the other end of that. Yeah. I think people that are living in the city, if they look up NPL, National Pickleball League, and they can see where the teams are coming to that particular city. I know Indy's on the list, Boca, there's going to be Denver, there's going to be Columbus, Ohio, there's going to be a bunch of cities. And if you can find where this is happening by you, it's fun to watch.
I bet. Yeah. Bring in some fans and attendees.
It's free. It's free to come in. And usually every place that we go to has food and beverage.
Time out. It's free?
Yeah.
So
you could come.
Let's say I have nothing to do with pickleball, but I love it. I play rec.
That's right.
I live in Denver. So that Denver match, I
Yep,
can
in
go
Relish.
and just watch.
Yep, in Louisville, Colorado, Relish Pickleball Club is hosting us. Relish.
Got it.
And like you just come and you can, there's food and beer and wine and drinks and
you're watching high end.
You're watching high end
matches.
I mean, some of these matches are unbelievable. I mean, you got the best of the best in the senior pro. I mean, you got like Jamie Orens.
Oh,
you got yeah. Jamie.
He used to play professional tennis. He was high.
Yeah, he beat Connor.
Yeah.
You have Jose Dircy. I can't even say it. But Sherry Corder, she's a beast. Jennifer Dawson was my idol. Jennifer Dawson just played her last week. Beth Bellamy's amazing. She
played against her. So let's time out for a second here. You're playing your idol. You know, you got into pickleball. This was your idol.
Yeah,
then you're on the other side of the tennis.
I've been across from her many times. She usually hands me my butt. Then I kind of creeped up last year in NPL and won a few against her. Then I just played her. Oh my gosh, I just played her again, and I had to pull her aside at NPL, and I was like, I just want you to know, that moment.
Sure.
I'm like, you are like, when I started playing, I would watch you play, and I had to play her with Anna Shirley at nationals, and she usually plays with this woman called Tammy McGregor?
Yeah.
She's a Hall of Famer too, and it was an unbelievable experience playing them at where the nationals was at Indian Wells. Oh, so sure. Growing up in tennis and to be playing at Indian Wells was a cool thing.
That's one thing. Then you're playing your
and I'm playing Jennifer Dawson and Tammy McGregor, both, but very different games. And it was really neat. Like, I like to play with somebody that is as aggressive as me, that we just come out like guns blazing. Whereas a lot of players like the setup person as their partner if they're the aggressor. Well, I played against her and her partner, and Tammy McGregor has unbelievable hands of every ball's a reset. So you're driving as hard as you can, and she just goes boop, and it goes in the kitchen. So everything she does is like at your feet. Yeah. But Jennifer Dawson is amazing with power. I mean, amazing. Backhand and forehand.
That's probably why they fit pretty well. You got the
yin and yang.
Touch, put
yin and yang.
the wall,
yep,
put it back
the wall.
into play, and then you got the aggressor. I've noticed that strategy with as far as doubles teams really works well when there's a wall and when there's an aggressor.
Yep.
And then they feed off of each other.
And it works for a lot of people. Yeah. And I noticed that I didn't know who to go to. I'm going to Jennifer, and I'm going to get my face taken off. And if I go to Tammy, she's hitting it at my feet, and I'm digging it out for Jennifer just to put it down my throat. So it's like, it was tough. So I just
read that. Like,
middle.
Everyone has tendencies, right? And if they're just so quick with their hands, what do you do? One's going to reset it no matter what. They'll put it back into play. Then you got one that's going to put it right back at your feet with power.
Yep. And she didn't only just put it back into play. Tammy would just be able to put it at your feet to a place that was so awkward. You have no choice
with softness.
With softness.
So changing the tempo immediately.
You're like, who do I go to?
You're winding up and then you're slowing down. That's where a lot of errors can
happen
too.
Correct.
The unforced errors that we know what pickleball's all about. When I teach this, I still say 3 out of the 4 points are because of unforced errors. Here's an unforced error.
So yeah, that was very difficult. But I pulled Jennifer aside, and I'm just like, I have to let you know, because we have a mutual respect for each other.
Yeah.
I'm beating her, she's beating me. I was just like, I have to let you know, like, when I started, playing pickleball, I used to watch you on, playing singles and doubles, winning at the U.S. Open. She's a Triple Crown winner. I mean, she's no joke. And I was just like, I'm just so in awe that I get to play against you, and I'm so grateful that, you're such a generous person on the court and off the court. And she was just like, oh, thank you so much. She's so humble. So it's just really
those are the people I root for, is the people that are out there. They know they're good, but they were raised right. They're humble.
Yeah.
They're humble. And that shows a lot. It shows a lot that you're going up to her and saying, hey, you influenced my life. I watched you play. I got into pickleball, and I try to emulate you, as far as playing and the behavior, the humility, that being humble, everything.
Yeah, that's so amazing.
It's a moment.
It's a moment.
Aside from the 8-0, which is another moment. Yeah. Performance-wise, that's another moment.
But the cool thing with
that's a moment of appreciation.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And when you're at a tournament, you're in the players' tent with everybody. Mm-hmm. But when you're playing NPL, you're able to really act. People are, more relaxed as a team.
Yeah.
So you're able to go up to all these different people and network with them and talk to them and, oh, I want to play a tournament with you. Oh, I want to play a tournament with you. You know, it's really neat. It's really a cool thing. But I think overall, if you guys, anybody out there can get to an event and make it happen, you won't be disappointed. I think you'd really enjoy watching it.
Free admission. I mean,
you got to come to Seattle. That's it. So
if I could make that work, yeah, I'd be going to Seattle, having some Dungeness crab and some salmon and all the seafood. Watch some good pickleball. That'd be fun. Amazing.
Yep.
That'd be amazing.
You left out your craft beer.
The craft. That's a given. That is a given. Yeah. The one thing I want to ask. So, the upcoming tournament. It's in Denver. Yeah. Part of Denver Iconics. That's a home match.
Home match.
So how does that work with a home match? Is it different? You know, because I'm thinking baseball where there's home and away. You know, there's the hometown crowd. They come in.
Yeah.
They're automatically rooting for the Denver Iconics, right? I mean, I would.
Yes, but a lot of family members travel and meet. Like they come and support the other teams. But I think we have home court advantage, which means I think when we play, we get to choose what side or serve. Or
okay,
whatever.
Yeah, there's got to be some
advantage, I guess.
Some advantage, right? Cool.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was good. And I look forward to it. I really do. They're really wonderful people to be around, and it's a neat experience to play pickleball in a team.
It sounds so much fun.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
I can't wait to get you there. Hopefully I'll be playing still. All my body parts still work.
You can still get up and move, and
I know.
You know the game.
I know the game. But speaking of fun events, you just got back from a trip teaching in North Carolina.
Western North Carolina. Yeah, in the Appalachians. So really quick, loved it, and I can't wait to talk about it. But when I was younger, I watched the movie. This is embarrassing.
What?
I watched the movie Wrong Turn.
I don't know that one.
It's a freaky movie, and
it's placed there.
I similar area.
Like dueling banjos.
There was a group that lived in the mountains, and they were cannibals. They ate people, and they were like hanging out in trees. And
so see, it doesn't paint a good picture of
it. It does not, and it's completely wrong. It's not that picture.
All right,
so I'm going to put that out there right now.
All right. I'm just jesting, but
I had so much fun. I had an amazing time.
Well, what was the format?
Well, the format, so it was a camp. It was almost like a boot camp. I guess I would call it a pickleball boot camp.
And what's the name of the place?
Yeah, Suncoast Pickleball Camps, and it's run through a gentleman named Coach Russell. I call him Coach. I cannot pronounce his last name. I don't think many people can. Starts with an E. Oh. But yeah, a lot of people know him. He's very well known in the pickleball community. This is actually his 10th year. In running the Suncoast Pickleball Camps. He does it right. You know, I've heard about him a lot, and this was my first time. I was the rookie.
How did you get the nod for this?
I reached out to him.
Cool.
I've been in that mode I'd say the last year. Actually, it was in my head for a while. I want to coach more. I want to teach more. That's part of my background. And I've always coached, whether it be baseball, basketball, golf, and pickleball. You know, and tennis too, actually. It's part of me. I love teaching not only kids but adults, how to play a certain sport, because growing up, I always played a ton of sports. We've talked about this before, and my dad was very much into the mechanics of the sport in general. So I guess I took it for granted, of how I was always able to play a lot of sports, do well at it to a certain extent. And, now I get to bring that
full circle,
that not intelligence, I shouldn't say.
Well, it is in some ways, yeah.
Bringing that skill set, knowledge to other people. And I got to tell you, it's just been amazing to be a part of it. So Coach Russell's been around for a long time. This is his 10th year. We were in Montreat. I'm laughing because I kept saying Montreat.
It's just Montreal?
Like Montreal, yeah. Except, there's a T at the end.
Montreat.
I kept saying Montreat. And they were like, rookie. It's Montreat. And I learned that Montreat is actually, it's up in the mountains, and it's a retreat. So they combined, that's how it became. Montreat, mountain retreat.
Makes sense.
It's in Black Hill, North Carolina area. We're talking Appalachians, just beautiful country. There's streams, there's rivers.
Were they affected by that?
They were, yeah, by Asheville, a Hurricane Helene. Yeah, I flew into Atlanta, then I flew from Atlanta to Asheville, which was basically a direct hit from that hurricane. Yep. And you could still see some of the remnants, like stuff like trees down, a lot of debris, bulldozers, clearing land, taking down these dead trees or broken up trees, and a lot of parts of houses or things like that in the little creeks. They're still cleaning that up. But it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. I had this anticipation like, okay, well,
gear up.
It hasn't been that long.
Right.
They worked their butts off out there. It was pretty awesome to see a community. It's all about community. Pickleball is about a community.
I know.
But it was really cool to see a community come together and work their butts off to clear land, to help each other out. And that's a testament to that area, to the South.
For sure. Oh, yeah.
To North Carolina.
Yeah, it's a beautiful state.
It really is. You know, when Western North Carolina, Eastern North Carolina, we were talking near the Pacific or Atlantic Ocean.
Yep.
And, you know, they got the Outer Banks and all that stuff. This area is just as beautiful. It was really cool. There's
How long was the
black
camp?
bears too? You know, you got to be aware of the black bears. That's why a lot of the like garbage cans and
yeah.
you know, they got their security around it. The gate.
How long was the camp for?
The camp was for a week. So I got there, and it's up in the mountains, staying at this Montreal. See, I still say
That's
it.
Right.
Oh my gosh, Montreat.
Montreat.
And it was like almost like a dormitory type of thing. So I got into my room for the first time. Champions adapt. So I got into my room. No fridge. Okay. No TV. And that was good.
Oh, that's tough though. I kind of like those comforts.
The comforts.
Like just to know it's there.
But you know, a lot of people don't.
I know, but you had your phone, so that helped.
I had my phone, and I did download an app that's free TV and free movies.
There you go.
Put my
You weren't
earbuds in
hurting.
and watch like stuff like Mission Impossible and some other movies. You know, I got my little comforts of home through my phone, so I adapted. You know, and got a little ice at the ice machine in this little bucket, and put a couple beers in there, you know, at night, and it was cool. So very much a structured camp. In the morning, you go down to the cafeteria area, the dining. And it's catered, you know, it's taken care of. It's buffet style.
Oh, nice.
But you get the comfort of Southern food.
Okay, biscuits and gravy.
Oh my God. Don't forget the grits.
Grits. That was my next.
Yeah, so I love food. You know I love food. And I love food from different areas because it brings that sense of appreciation of different parts of the country that you don't always get to explore. You know, so I wake up, 7:30, breakfast, go down there, get the coffee, of course, first thing's coffee, get the grits, get the pancakes, some bacon, some eggs.
Who wants to play?
I overate.
After you eat all that. I mean, really.
Everyone did. Everyone played. Oh my gosh. You're not supposed to go up there for like 3 or 4 plates.
Okay. Did you?
Yeah, there was times at night. There was times where I did 4.
Oh, you should be 400 pounds.
But then you go and play pickleball for the rest of the time. You're on your feet. You're teaching. You know, you get down there at 8:15. We meet with the groups. You know, you talk to your group. You get out there, and each day was different. So each day might have been
like working on a certain skill.
Absolutely. Like the first day was serves, returns, third shot drives, drops.
How long is the session?
Usually it's about an hour, 45 minutes, right around the 2-hour range. So it's like 8:30 to, oh gosh, what was it? I want to say 10:15. 15-minute break. Then 10:30 to about 12:15.
Wow.
Then we walk up. Yeah.
Lunch.
So 2 different sessions that we're concentrating on a certain skill. Then you go up for the lunch. Again.
Catered.
Same
place.
So
breakfast, lunch, and dinner catered?
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Wow.
And you get a taste of the South.
That's amazing.
Which was cool. I mean, yes, the biscuits and gravy. If you're not used to that.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't at first, and then I was.
Oh,
but then really? I'm like, oh, yeah, But what I noticed as the week went on, I developed a twang.
Did you really?
Yeah. You
adapted y'all?
Yeah. No, I didn't say y'all, but I said, hey, I just started talking a little faster. And with a little bit of accent at the end of a sentence, I'm like, what am I doing? But I was adapting.
Champions
adapt. It was just so much fun. The people, though.
Are they from all over, or are they pretty much from that area?
They're from all over. There was people from Pennsylvania, State College area. So right near Penn State. There was Indiana covered. There was Kentucky, Lexington. Tommy. There was North Carolina, I believe Florida.
Oh, wow.
There was, Texas, yeah, right near kind of Plano area. It was just so cool. You meet so many good people.
Did they have fun?
They had a blast. And the personalities really mixed well. So you had 6 coaches. 48 people, 1-to-8 ratio, very organized, and it's cut off. And it fills up every single time.
Wow.
And that's why I said Coach Russell's doing it right, because he makes it about them. He makes it about the experience. You're going to learn a ton. I mean, I'm not even done, because after lunch, you get a little bit of break, and then you get 2 to 4. You're out there on the courts again. And usually that's the time where...
Like open play kind of thing?
It's open play, but guided. So
they're walking around and tipping you?
Yeah, the coaches, it's like that sequence training, I call it, but it's like, okay, here's why this point broke down or worked. Here's what you could do in this situation. Here's the probability or percentage of a shot, a certain type of shot in that. I like to break it down. I do. So some of my group was like, another timeout, Neil? Come on.
Yeah, you're like Rain Man.
Thank you. Yeah, so I broke it down, and other coaches did too. Why do you have to say Rain Man?
Of all the ones I pick Rain Man.
Oh, yeah, don't mess. Rain Man.
Oh, I know.
Tom Cruise and Dustin Hoffman.
That was a great movie.
I suck at cards, and we'll get in cards in a second.
Okay.
I'm not done yet.
I'm not pushing.
This is so us right here.
Yeah.
We just yap.
I hear you.
All right. 2 to 4 was that guided play. We watched them, we're giving them analytics to their shots and stuff like that. And then at 5:30 is dinner. So you get up, you shower, you get up to your room, you shower, and go down for dinner. My favorite dinner was the catfish, the collard greens, and there's peach cobbler. There was something called vinegar pie. You ever hear of it?
No.
But if you're from the South, you would have.
Okay.
And I had no idea what it was. It was gone.
Doesn't sound appetizing.
Well, I was on the phone with the kids and my family and my wife, and I was talking about it, and I must have been on speakerphone because my littlest, Ellis, he's 11 years old, he heard it in the background, or he said, "They still have that?" I don't even know what that meant, and he must have been reading about it, like, after maybe the Civil War or something like that. He knew about vinegar pie. And it was a pie that they just kind of put together, just I don't want to say scraps.
Leftover,
I don't know.
Meat parts?
Not meat parts, like, now I'm massacring this, but like flour and probably some vinegar. I need to do my research on it. But it was a food that, when the times were tough and you didn't have a lot of money, they adapted. Champions adapt again. I guess that's our
Every
theme
ethnicity
today.
Has their vinegar pie.
Totally. Yeah.
I don't know. Italians just do it right no matter what, but I can't imagine we can make grass good.
What's the Italian's vinegar pie?
My great grandma would make escarole soup with pasta in it, and it was delicious, and it was just like a poor man's dinner. It was like escarole, which is like lettuce, right?
Okay. Yeah.
With like a chicken broth and pasta, like little pastas and cheese. I don't know.
Kind of like making something out of nothing, but making it almost exquisite.
Yeah.
Very simplistic, but amazing.
Yes.
Like, potatoes and the Irish, right?
Right.
No, it was...
I'm glad you had a good time.
It was a good time.
And you'd do it again?
Absolutely. Yeah, I love the structure. The camaraderie that all the coaches developed, too, was second to none. There was... John Sperling was there. Scott Tingley was there. Deb Harrison. These are Hall of Famers.
Yep.
Deb Harrison, Gigi LeMaster.
Yep.
Mindy Yoder. And she's awesome.
Uh-huh.
She was kind of like, she put a lot of the structure together, and
we can learn from that.
Oh yeah. So we just had a great chemistry and enjoyed each other's company. And then towards the end, sometimes we'd have some exhibition matches just to
fun.
Show some decent points, Yeah. And it was fun to have John was on the microphone. He's talking a little smack to everybody.
He's a smack talker.
And he, it was my first time there, so he's like, "Come on, Rook." But yeah, the experience was awesome. I'll remember so much from it. There was a moment where first off, the people are Southern hospitality.
Oh, that's a real deal.
It's the real deal. It's legit.
Yep. It's an art form.
I've never experienced it. It's not like I travel to the South all the time.
Yeah.
I'll go to Florida, to visit my in-laws in Venice.
No, this is different. The Carolinas are different.
Totally.
Yeah.
And the Southern hospitality is real. I remember the coaching and stuff you take for granted. You're teaching the game. It's part of you. Pickleball's always been a part of me. And they're so appreciative. They're thankful. Thank you so much for taking time, to teach us, And then they kind of, sometimes some of them, not all of them, would say, I'm not that good, but I really want to learn. And those are the people you want to teach.
Those are the people you want to be around for sure.
Oh my God. They're just so appreciative. It's just... I was my jaw just dropped, especially the moment I got a little gift one day, a little package, a little bag full of home-cooked goods, home-cooked food from a woman named Lou. She was awesome. I taught her a two-handed backhand. She never did it before, and that became, within a day, it was her go-to shot, her best shot of her whole arsenal.
Oh my gosh.
It was like...
Isn't that rewarding?
She's doing it. I've taught how to do it.
I know, but that's so rewarding when you see progress and people, they have an aha moment.
Yeah.
And that changed the way they play?
There was multiple people that developed a two-handed backhand during that camp.
Because of you?
Well...
they're going to call you Rookie Tui?
Yeah, Tui, yeah.
Like Ratatouille, but not?
I'll take the Rookie Tui.
Yeah, that's cute.
That's fine. I'll get a shirt. But she brought some cheese straws that actually had a little jalapeno in it.
Oh.
A little snap to it. Some sourdough chocolate chip cookies.
She made all this?
She made all this. She said cooking is her happy place. Or the kitchen is her happy place. She just de-stresses there and on the pickleball courts.
Her lucky husband. Like,
yeah,
if someone loves to cook like that, that's a gift.
And then she had some little tiny mini muffins that were so good, like these little breakfast muffins. And I'll tell you, the day she gave me that bag, I'm walking up the hill, back to the resort. And by the time I got up there, the cheese straws were gone. It was so good, so good, and just everything was a great experience. The scenery,
It sounds awesome.
Walking down there to the courts, you walk over a couple bridges, these little bridges over these streams.
Oh.
These are mountain streams.
Oh, how magical.
Constantly flowing. And I was walking with the players going to the courts, and I said, I like this sound. This is my white noise that I listen to at night. She laughed. She thought it was funny.
But it's like God's country. It's so pristine.
It was pristine. It was beautiful. Every so often I caught myself looking up at the mountains or the streams, and it's like, wow. I'm thankful for being here.
Big time. Yeah, it's a gift.
So it's a great experience.
That's the cool thing. Pickleball can take you so many great places.
Right.
That you would never expect, and that you find courts in a place like that.
Pickleball's the driver, kind of.
Yeah.
If you look at it that way.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you had a great experience. So.
Yeah.
Very good.
I would do it again in a heartbeat. And the people made that trip. Makes it. Obviously, the coaches and the chemistry, awesome. Couldn't have asked for anything better than that.
Yep.
But the people that were in that camp, and the thankfulness, you don't always get that when you teach or coach. You know that. Mm-hmm. It's nice to hear.
Big time.
It's nice to hear sometimes.
Yeah, very much so. Well, on that note.
Yeah.
What a positive to make pickleball fun.
Let's go.
Let's go. Good job. If you learned something, or you just felt like you were nodding along thinking, yeah, I've been there, then please follow us or share this with someone that might need to hear it.
Thanks for spending time with us. See you next time on Keeping It Real with Gina and Neil.